Well, good morning, everyone. Let's see what we've got going here. All righty. Let's see. I've got to get the guys loaded up here. Bear with me. Let's see. There we go. I think we've got Alex there.
Hello, sir. Give me just a minute. Go ahead. I'll get the rest of the guys in.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. All right, everybody. We're off to the race this morning. May 22nd, Thursday. And it is a beautiful day here in California. It's going to be 90s, I think. Looking forward to it. No more sweaters needed, thank goodness. So let's say good morning to some people. Good morning, Mama Bear. Jerry BR549 is here. Good morning. Good morning, Joy. And Thompson, Chris Romano, Tim Shaw. Good boy, everybody's piling in. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Kim55. King's Green 74 is here. Wendy is here. Good morning, Wendy. Mary Lise Brown is here. Mama Bear said, wasn't the interview with President of Africa one of the most epic things ever? Yes, Mama Bear, it was. We're going to talk about that today. I'm going to start calling the White House the bear. I'm Mary DeBob is here. Good morning. Rosie's here. Good morning, Rosie. We have Pout Diva is here. Good morning. Star Guy is here. Pokey Gigi. Cindy Hayden. All right. Let's see. Morning, Dave.
Morning. What's happening?
Well, you know, it's warm in California, and I'm loving it, brother.
You said 90 degrees. That's good. We had that a few days ago. Now it's like highs in the 60s.
Chilly over there still.
Yeah, still. We're fighting through this last part of May. We'll see what happens.
Right, exactly. All right, I think James is here. Let me see if I can find him. I don't know. Hold everybody. Getting to James here. Oh, there we go. I think Alex got it. Okay, cool. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
How goes it, sir?
The sun is shining. I got the lawnmower gassed up. I'm ready to do some trimming here in the area of beautification.
Oh, good job. Excellent. All right. Hokey, thank you for the gifts. All righty. Let's see. Nana's here. Christy 111 is here. Jerry said 90s too warm for me. Well, I'm of Lebanese and Syrian descent, so heat goes well with my body type. Martin's WB. Good morning, Martins. Jerry BR said Ohio's at 57 degrees. Ooh, chilly. No thanks. Donna Fox just made it. Good morning, Donna. All right, so Alex is a little tied up right now, so let's start off with let's do James this morning first. Military report.
Oh boy, what do you want? You want the fireworks first, or you want to go for the easy stuff at the back end of it?
Whatever you think.
Okay, well, a little bit of muscle going on. The United States yesterday launched an ICBM to showcase our readiness of the U.S. nuclear arsenal. We launched it from your state, Sam, Berg Space Force Base. The missile traveled 4,200 miles. It impacted the Ronald Reagan ballistic missile defense site in Kwajalein Atoll. It's part of islands. It was purely just a show of muscle. Last week, the United States Army launched a hypersonic missile from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, and the missile is called Dark Eagle. It's a surface-to-surface missile capable of carrying warheads and travels at the 5 times sound barrier.
Holy cannoli.
So one thing that's interesting about hypersonic missiles is they're very, very difficult to defend unless they have the upper hand on it, meaning from space. And China's not real pleased about it. Golden Dome, that's something we'll talk about here in a little while. Another thing that's pretty interesting, nice glasses, Sam.
Thank you.
Another is the big celebration that we have coming up on June 14th with marking our 250th year and it coincidentally is President Trump's birthday.
Mm.
So we're going to have a show. We're going to have tanks, and we talked about this last week. Tanks, Bradley fighting vehicles, and 50 helicopters with 6,700 soldiers present. So when you bring a M1 Abrams and roll through the streets of Washington, D.C., there's a certain party that really is kind of up in arms because they think we're going to ruin the streets.
Well, interesting that we're bringing all that armament to Washington, D.C. And also interesting that we have, a few years ago, a celebration starting Memorial Day of this year and running through July 4th of 2026. Is there more happening behind the scenes that maybe that people are aware of?
That's entirely possible. Really possible.
And leave it to the Democrats to be upset about the Republicans damaging the streets, where they've damaged every street and every major around the nation.
Yeah, what was that about? Mainly peaceful protests?
Right.
Well, to combat the problem, they're going to be a 1-inch steel flat iron at all the turning points for the tanks, so they don't grind. They got rubber pads on them anyway. They're not going to.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other thing that we have going on, Netanyahu is claiming that we'll do the ceasefire as long as all territories in the Gaza Strip will be under Israel's security control. And I don't know how that's going to shake out with the United States.
Interesting. Great report, James. Thank you. Hey, John Gwynn made it. Hey, John, haven't seen you in a couple days. Glad you made it. Mama Bear, our Jeff Code. USMC Sarge is here. Jack Miller. Oh, my gosh. All these. Thank you, everybody. Our Jeff Code. Thank you so much. Mama Bear, popcorn kind of day. Well, I think you're probably right, Mama Bear. All right. Traveler made it. Hey, Traveler, glad you can make it. All right. Let's see. Oh, we just lost Dave.
Look at that.
What?
You just got glasses and more popcorn, Sam.
Oh, I did. Oh, thank you. Let me see here. Was that from Rosie? I think it was from Rosie. Thank you, Rosie. You're so sweet. All right. Dave's back. All right. Hey, we got a glowing ball. Great. I love it. The merrier. Dave, let's do farming and agriculture.
Corn and soybeans, they're both up today. Excited to hear on some more tariff stuff getting changed. So corn's up 2 cents and beans are up 2 to 5 cents. And of course, Daily Dispatch, one of the major stories is John Deere investing $20 billion coming over in the next 10 years. So we'll get into that on the Dispatch, I believe. So,
Excellent. Yep. Hey, we got another puppy. Look, oh, it's over here. Or it's over here. It's over there. Oh my gosh, what was that?
That was a whale.
Wow. And Alan's got a drink. Alex got, wow.
That was a big
Boy, we are on a roll today, you guys. I love it. Let's see here.
Thank you.
We have Christine here. Donna Fox, thank you for all the gifts. Mama Bear, everybody, wow. Sassy Minnesota girl is here as well. Wendy is here. Wendy's saying, it's a squirrel. Exactly. Something shiny in their train of thought, Wendy. You're right. Oh, well, I guess that happens. All righty. Let's see. Alex, what do you got going for us today?
Man, you want the good news or do you want the great? So S&P 500 is currently up 11 to 58.56. Dow is up 83 points to 41,943. Nasdaq is up 126 to 19,000. Gold, what's down a little bit? We're sitting at 32.93 an ounce. Crude oil down to $60.06 a barrel. But the good news, please. Bitcoin hit a new record high, ladies and gentlemen. Almost $112,000. Currently sitting at $111,450. So, we talk about it a lot on the show. Not too late. This is still very early in the game. Not financial advice, but if you want to know how to get yourself started in the crypto space with some Bitcoin, reach out to Sam at samshalhoub.com. He can help you Pretty simple setup, short amount of time, and you two enjoying the show.
Exactly. Great. Thank you, Alex. All righty. Let's see here. Oh, what's Patty wants to know what silver's at, Alex?
Uno momento, por favor.
Okay.
Currently sitting at 33.29.
Okay. Good. How much?
33.29.
Huh.
33.29 cents. I wish it was 3,329.
Yeah, I know. Well, it may be at some point.
It's gonna take a minute.
Hey is here. Good morning, Allie Mae. Yeah, you better watch your back, Alex. She's on to you. All right, so let's move over now. We've got this first one is interesting to me. Well, it's probably interesting to everybody. SG Anon, who I followed for some time, a number of years now, said that the Canadian, and he said this, but Canadian Gmail users are reporting that Google is changing the country associated with their email accounts from Canada to USA. Wow. Could it be the 51st state? Alex, from a technical standpoint, what do you make of it?
From a risk tool tech perspective, I have multiple servers in the cloud, and depending on who the heaviest users are of the software at a particular time of day or night, because we have companies all over the world, you can set it up to migrate servers to a closer location to lessen the latency connection. So it's not an unusual practice for different servers to move from one region to another. Does it play into 51st state? I mean, maybe. Or maybe it's just a consolidation by Google to a particular data center as they're migrating servers around. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. What do you make of it, James?
Well, I think the wind's blowing a little extra hard from the north this week, so maybe that's
Exactly. Dave, any thoughts?
Well, that's one thing to put on the back. It's another thing to put on the back burner and see what shakes out of that. But yeah, it makes it interesting for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So next up, we're talking about Bitcoin. We've just outlined that it's almost at 112,000. The previous high prior to this one was 106.
Correct.
Right. Well, historically, Bitcoin will surge and then it pulls back, and then a lot of us buy the dip and so on and so forth. Think it's going to see another dip, or do you think we're just in a full-blown bull market and it's going to go?
I'm not a fortune teller, sir. I'm not going to say one direction or the other because it's impossible to know. It's like, two things guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen: the sun in the morning and the truth. Other than that, it's at the hands of the levers that happen to make it, go. If you look at it historically, going back to 2017 ran to $16,000 high at $19,000 high. Almost $20,000, and then we rolled along that 3, 4, 5, 6 through 2018, 2020, around 8 to 10 to whatever. But we hit 2021 and it shot up to 64 high, and everybody was like, "Holy crap!" Well, we're sitting at double that now, right? So in 4 years' time, it dips anyone from that high halfway back down. So is it possible that we lose half and kind of ride steady for a while? I mean, it's possible, but if you're watching the trend starting in around March 2024, like it shot up to that 68 and then it kind of came down a little bit, but it rode at that $60,000 level for 6, 7, 8 months, and then it shot up again to the new high of 106,000 in December, and it kind of came back down to that 80, 90 and rode for a while, and we're on an uptrend now. And if you look at the uptrend from 60 to 90, and then from 60 to 108, 68 to 108, that's a $40,000 shot right now. I mean, it's highly possible that we'll see another 40,000+ shot from that 06 high. But again, not financial advice. Buy it on the TikTok shop. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm not putting dates out. I'm not making. I'm just saying, do some homework. Get in if you're not. Reach out to Sam. Get in if you're not. Reach out to Sam. Get in if you're not. Reach out to Sam.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's interesting that you have the Texas House officially passed a strategic Bitcoin week. You have Jamie Dimon has come out and said, yeah, you need to buy Bitcoin. Jake, of that.
Well, you know, the interesting part of it is there's nothing backing Bitcoin. So I think this is a last-ditch effort. We're at 111,000, almost 112. I think it's they're printing fake money that's worth to buy Bitcoin that has no backing. So I think in the end of this run, I believe it's probably, and that's strictly a prediction. But you know, how can you just print money to buy something that has no backing?
Well,
that's my question.
I think that where I would differ there is the fiat system, which is what you're talking about. There's no control. There's no amount. There is no verification of that amount. With Bitcoin, it's a limited supply, 21 million. With Bitcoin, a single ledger entry is verified in the blockchain that cannot be corrupted. So is there some value in that? Yeah, I think it's a great value. We're seeing that in the market. But again, these are just my opinions. And I think we're all entitled to our own opinions. And I think, you know, I know that you're a proponent of XRP, and I am too. But again, how that's going to play in the long term and in the long exactly. God only knows for sure. All right.
We all have them.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can tell you with Bitcoin, when it's getting high enough, I may go start to dig up that guy's old PC and that
landfill
up here pretty soon. Yeah, it's almost getting worth it.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, exactly. We could do a live broadcast doing it.
Yeah, be like Geraldo. You find something.
Exactly. And today marks the anniversary of the gentleman who sold, I think it was 10,000 for 2 pizzas or something to that effect. Yeah. But today is that anniversary. And I saw some figures that it would be something like he'd have $1.1 or $1.2 billion had he not sold it for a couple of pizzas. I mean,
pizza better have been good.
Exactly. Hindsight is 20 vision, but.
Oh my God. Hey, Art, are you implying that we all stink? He just gave us a bunch of perfume.
Oh, thank you, Art Jeffcoat. It's probably because I'm not wearing sweaters anymore. It's warm out here, so now it's shirts.
I did notice that on the Daily Dispatch.
I know.
Like, whoa, where's the layers, dude?
No, man, it's freaking like 90 degrees out here now. I'm stoked. It's
next show at 100 degrees will be in a tank top.
Well, I don't know that, but you know, it's certainly camel jockey weather. That's for sure.
Okay. All right. $1.1 billion that would have been.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you know what? Like I said, hindsight is 20/20 vision. Let's see. Tanya Moonsheimer is here. Good morning, Tanya. We have Donna Fox, our Jeffcoat, all of these gifts. Thank you, everybody. That's very sweet. I guess we're being referred to as dudes now. Look at these dudes. Interesting. Raising Boys 1776 is here. Good morning, Raising Boys.
How are you?
All right. Native San Diego said 90 degrees is perfect. Boy, isn't that the truth? 1971 is here. All right, let's see. Up on the hit list, we have, this is a good one. According to Dave over at X22. For any of you that don't follow Dave, go to Rumble. You can go to X, follow X22 Report. I have followed for years, and he is solid. He brings out great information. But he came out on X yesterday and said that China is requesting the U.S. to cease developing Golden Dome missile defense system in space. James, what do you make of that? Why do you think they're so concerned about it?
Well, the Golden Dome is a satellite-based missile defense system. We can take care of hyper stuff. The only downside to the Golden Dome is if they launch hundreds of missiles at us at one time, hoping that one can get through. But they don't want us to have that. I think it's the upper hand, just another defense mechanism, because sooner or later, we actually become untouchable. Our Navy floating out there on water can take care of a lot of it. But satellite-based technology, the rest of it. And I don't think they want us to have that capability.
Right. Dave, any thoughts?
Well, it's interesting. They concept the money, like what we're doing, wasted money doing this. They said the same thing on the wall, right?
Right.
So, and then they blow money over in Ukraine. So
Right.
it's a give and take, but yeah, it's important, and we're going to move forward with it. So.
Yeah. Alex?
My rocket is much bigger than your rocket.
I have a big red button, and I'm not afraid to push it, and mine works. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Jeffrey made it. Jeffrey, excuse me. El Rainy 3 said, "Are you showing me as a member?" Yes, El Rainy, you are. It does. I think it's showing you as a subscriber. Maybe you could check that out. And that's.
If it says Sam next to your name, then you're a subscriber.
That's what I thought. And just let me make another announcement about this. So anyone who is a subscriber on this channel on TikTok, we will be beginning our subscriber only lives probably next week. So if you haven't subscribed, I would encourage you to subscribe. If you subscribed and it's fallen off, I would encourage you to re-up your subscription. We'll be able to talk a lot more freely about things that matter. And Alex, if I'm not mistaken, are we going to be able to bring people up on the screen if in that private live? Do you know?
Oh, absolutely. We'll all be on. It's going to be a party.
Okay, great. So again, if you haven't subscribed yet, jump on there, subscribe. And if you've already subscribed and it fell off, rejoin, because we're going to be starting this within the next week or two. And we've subscribers now, and it's going to be a blast. It'll be. All right, let's see here. Wendy said, "Big red button works better than yours." Boy, isn't that the truth? Let's see here. Daddy DC, do Seneca my number for Zoom. Oh, well, I don't think we're going to do Zoom at first, Daddy D. I think we're going to do it just on TikTok. But we will be doing some Zooms as well. We're going to start the first one with subs only on TikTok. Hopefully that answers your question. All right, let's see. So the U.S. Senate voted to move ahead with the Genius Act, legitimizing stablecoins for global institutional adoption. Alex, will you give people a little idea of what stablecoins are?
Okay. Well, that art alone might account for a 38% jump in daily volume, just putting that out there. So a stable coin, easiest way to explain it. Once you have stable coin established and approved, it is pegged 1-to-1 to, so RLUSD, which would be the Ripple Ledger USD, would be $1 all the time, regardless of if XRP went up or if XRP went down, if the value of the dollar went up or went down. Stable coin is always pegged 1-to-1. So $1 gets you 1 RLUSD, which would be the Ripple Ledger. Stable coins are great because it makes it much easier to move money. Let's talk about the stock market. So Warren Buffett pulled a bunch of money out of the stocks and he moved it over into the money market account with dollar bills, right? So I'm no longer riding the waves of what the stock market's going to do. I'm going to go over into a safe place where it's pegged 1-to-1. If I put $10,000, it's always going to be $10,000. Once you have it in a stable coin form, then it's easier to convert back to whatever currency you want to convert it to. You want to take 5,000 of your 10,000 and move it over into your bank account so that you can use it in real money. So a stable coin is
excellent. Thank you. James, what are your thoughts on this whole stable coin thing?
Well, it's designed for safety, transparency, and advances the U.S. economy. I mean, it's basically a surety bond.
Interesting. Dave, any thoughts?
I know nothing about that subject.
Okay. Honesty at its best.
I need you to reach out to Sam South who have been set up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Iowa Princess just subscribed. Hey, Amy, glad you subscribed. Native San Diegan just subscribed as well. Welcome, Native San Diegan. Tim Shaw, example of a stable coin. Alex?
USDC. USDC. That is the USDC is a digital dollar issued by Circle that is fully backed by the US dollar and US dollar equivalents. It was developed to represent a US dollar equivalent on chain. So effectively, I take $1 and I turn it into a USDC. Now I have $1 that's on the blockchain.
And people need to be aware, this is not the same as CBDC. A central bank digital currency is a completely different animal. That's not what we're talking about here. That is not the way to go. Stable coins and some cryptocurrency, specifically XRP, that's the way to go, in my opinion.
100%.
All right, so let's see here. We have Teresa Faria Contractor. Thank you for the gifts, and Benji the gifts. All right, let's move on to the next one. We have, and right to you, James, so get prepared. The U.S. formally accepted Qatar's 747. The military is urgently going to upgrade it as a new Air Force One. Now, I still think there's more going on here for Boeing not to be able to deliver Air Force One, for Trump to be making such a big deal about it. I got to think there's more going on behind the scenes here. But upgrading it to Air Force One, James, do we have any info on how fast that would happen and when it would roll out?
If they work on that aircraft 24/7, basically E&E, escape and evade. They have missile countermeasures, put flares out. They're going to have to upgrade their radio systems, telephonic systems, satellite systems. The president has to be in communication with every major part of our military to be able to make the call if he has to make the call. For them to put in a Dash 8 aircraft is what we're waiting on. These other two that are supposedly in production that were supposed to be kicked out last year. We're waiting on new avionics. We're waiting on upgraded satellite systems, and they can't seem to get it together. The Dash 8 that has been here in the United States for some time. It was down in Miami. So this has been on the U.S. soil for some, and it's probably been worked on for some time. Why we chose to just bring it out of the clear blue sky, but I see why they did it when they did. And that's because with everything going on, they wanted Trump to look powerful. I mean, he is the world boss. Everybody's kind of agreeing, and we're going to be talking about up here in a little while about why he's the boss and how he's the boss. But for that aircraft to come to the United States, really, it's not going to take too long for 500 people to get on that thing with sanders, mask the windows, and paint it blue and white. It's not going to take very much time at all.
Right, exactly.
I think they'll be up in the air in less than 3-4 months.
Wow. Dave, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, there's definitely something more keyed on that. It's bringing it to light for some reason, and why the importance of it. I know Trump would like to move forward, and maybe he wants that as his, as a sign of him as it comes across the board. But yeah, Boeing's, I don't know. It's an interesting subject with that Boeing thing because that's been in the news quite a bit.
Exactly. Hey, Cam just made it. Cam, sweep that thing. And boy, isn't that the truth? And I'm sure that they are going through that with a fine-tooth comb, Cam. Let's see. Mama Bear said, my first client listens to you whenever she can catch your show. So we're going to listen. Welcome, client of Mama Bear. Glad you could make it. Just like Beth Dutton welcome, Beth. Just like Beth Dutton. It's going to be off the chain when we start this lives. They're going to have the subscriber only live. They said it'd be in the next week, 10 days, something like that. So Alex, what do you think? Do you think there's more communication going on or some sort of comms with this plane thing?
Truth is stranger than fiction. I don't think the man goes to the bathroom without strategically planning every single fold of the. So
right.
We're just gonna have to be patient and order a couple more popcorn.
Boy, isn't that the truth? Hey, Old School Smooth made it. Haven't seen you in a while, Old School. Glad you can make it. Is here. She said, wow, that thing is pretty, James. Yeah, that is. That's a pretty looking little plane there. Exactly. All right, let's see here. We have next. This is a big one, you guys. CDC and FDA officials aware of the risk of myocarditis following the you know what, and took steps to downplay them, according to a Senate report. Now, with this type of exposure taking place, the full truth comes out, there's going to be a lot of pissed off people, in my opinion. And I, for one, am glad to see that. I'd love to see, but I'm not advocating like that. But from an exposure standpoint, this is huge. Alex, what do you make of it?
I'm not ever going to be I told you so person. I think our job as humans, patriots, is to stand side by side with people as they go through this process. Sam has been a conspiracy tinfoil world for 40 plus. I'm pushing 30 years. I mean, Putin's talking about releasing satellite footage of a particular day right now. Like a day happened, like disclosure that's happening right now. If you look at other interviewers, Sean Ryan, Tucker Carlson, the conversations that are going on around this country right now are deals. It's incredible what's happening right now. So I think there's going to be some people that are extremely that they are starting to see that they have been lied to for 4 years about an individual's ability to have the most important job in the world. 5 signatures for an auto pen to be authentic. Like that's what people are going, hey, wait a minute. Like something's not adding up right now.
Right. Exactly. James?
Well, when you talk about Putin, he came with a statement this morning or late. He said, people are eating each other in the United States and don't even know it. He said there's video, audio, and satellite proof of 9/11. And everybody's going, well, do you think that our presidential cabinet on the phone with Putin saying, please don't send that. Please don't put that. There has to be some kind of pleading going on for that not to have already hit the world.
Right. Exactly.
I wonder what Trump and Putin talked about for 2 hours.
Exactly.
Right?
Very good point, Alex. Let's see. Wendy said, it's great conspiracy theories coming true. Wendy, it's so true. I mean, what it used to be years before a conspiracy theory was proved a true conspiracy. And then it was a few months. And then it was a few weeks. And then it was a few days. It's a few hours. And these things are getting exposed. So we are moving at light speed towards truth.
It seems to be a theory when there are facts to support the conspiracy.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely right.
And where did the term conspiracy theory come from?
Very good. Where did it come from, Alex?
A certain person in Dallas, Texas that, had a really bad day. Well, if you question that bad day, you're a conspiracy theorist. Well, now are we finding out about that day?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I can remember when that happened within a year, about a documentary that was produced, and it was called Loose Change. I watched that thing, I can't tell you how many times. And now, if you got to find that today, HBO took it and created some garbage documentary. But if you find the original Loose Change, it's about 2 hours and change. The one from HBO is like 45 minutes an hour. Try and find that one on Loose Change. You will be blown away with the information that's provided there. Alex?
You can find it on Rumble or on BitChute.
Yeah, exactly. I would encourage everyone to watch that. Spend 2 hours, bring your loved ones in, have them watch it. You will have no doubt that it was an inside job after that, in my opinion. All right, let's see. Hey, Modest Matt just subscribed. Modest Matt, glad you made it. Glad you're part of our inner circle now. Benji 19 said, "All shall be revealed." Absolutely, I agree. Ari is here. He said, "We are winning every day. Let's go. And let's go." And we are going. Kentucky Girl Gen X6 said, "It's nice to see some common sense on TikTok lives." Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And it's just truth. And we like to we only speak the truth to our knowledge. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's do our sponsor break here real quick. So as most of you know, Mike and MyPillow have sponsored me from the beginning. And it's a good American company with good American products. And Mike is fighting the good fight for the life of America. So if you'd like to support Mike, MyPillow, and this channel, go to mypillow.com or mystore.com and use code SAM. And also, Mike is offering his Giza sheets for $49.98, any size, any color. Go to mypillow.com, use the discount code SAM, and it benefits all of us. Secondly, we have Neal Naturopathic, which is Dr. Julian Neal's non-toxic, chemical-free hair care products. If you go to nealnaturopathic.com, use the discount code SAM20, SAM20, you'll get 20% off your order. And finally, Dr. Peter Glidden, stalwart of medicine. Go to samshalhoub.com. There's 2 buttons. One, to his website. You can ask him any question you can imagine with health and wellness, and he has answers for you. And the second button is you can buy his new book on my website, samshalhoub.com. Use discount code SAM, and you'll get 10% off of his new book. And our sponsors be complete unless we talked about cybersecurity, Alex.
Well, hackers go shopping at Christian Dior. Coinbase gets by malicious inside. Bad actors stall steel production. The Nova Scotia Power was attacked with ransomware. Belgian Elfort was exploited by a hacking telecom industry. Australia MKA accountants hit by ransomware. And South Africa's African Airways transportation industry hit by a hacking incident. The number one organization is an employee who is not up to speed or aware of what cyber criminals are trying to do. They're phishing you, when they're sending you malicious links, when they are geo-engineering against you, are trying to social engineer against you. So it would behoove you to have your organization on some sort of annual training of what is going on in the cybersecurity world and how to protect your organization. RiskToolTech.com does that for as little as $12 per employee per year. So reach out to us. We will help you with your compliance needs. RiskToolTech.com.
Thank you, Alex. Very well stated. All right, let's see here. Okay. Well, this one's going to go to you, Dave, first, because it's about John Deere to invest nearly $20 billion over the next decade in American expansion, production, and manufacturing. What are they talking about? Expansion is self-explanatory, but production and manufacturing, what do you think it is that they're leading us to?
They're probably going to more self-driving tractors and everything, production line. But they're going to be adding 120,000 square foot to a facility in Missouri and adding more production lines in Waterloo, Iowa for the 9RX tractors.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some, I'm kind of in the heat of the battle here in John Deere country because Waterloo, Iowa, Moline, Illinois is the headquarters right across the river, but Illinois John Deere has been cutting back quite a bit on their, I think they did 1,700 people in Waterloo, and the employees aren't that happy right now with it. Obviously John Deere doesn't have a choice, I think. Trump what was he going to do? A 200% tariff on them if they moved to Mexico. So they didn't really have a choice. So they're nice to see them invest in, and hopefully the people they laid off will be hired back.
Right. James, this is well. What do you think?
Well, I think if initially you're going to probably see a big trade up, and Dave and I talked this yesterday. I think there's going to be a grain sitting on used lots. I think a lot of people are going to make the conversion to red or green. They might go over to Fendt. Who knows? But I think
Wait a minute. What does red and green mean?
There's more than one type of green tractor, and the other one is Fendt, the name of the tractor.
Oh,
and I think a lot of people feel like they've been betrayed by John Deere. As Dave said, all these employees been laid off, and all of a sudden there's $20 billion that they can invest. So these people are sitting there in home drawing unemployment, going, okay, well, if they're going to put $20 billion in, we should be able to go back to work.
right.
But before it all happens, I think that you're going to see a lot of trade-ins. I think Case IH, if I was an investor, I would probably be sticking money in Case IH.
And Case IH is what?
Another manufacturer.
Oh, gotcha.
And,
Okay.
and combines, they make about the same things. So they're direct competition.
Yeah. Okay.
Ultimately, it's a good thing for the United States. It's just a little bit of a interesting and laying people off. Then all of a sudden they get their arm twisted about going to Mexico for cheaper labor, and now they're investing $20 billion. It's a different way to look at it. It's a good thing in the long run. It's just the local people that have been laid off are not that happy right now.
Yeah. Well, and you can. Right. Exactly.
No, absolutely not. No, they'll change their livelihood for sure.
I'm just going to keep using my 1951 Ford.
Yeah,
Dude, Alex, bring up a picture of your tractor. Do you have it handy?
I don't. I can pull up a tractor, but yeah, give me just a second.
Okay, because I just think it's cracks me up. You had sent a text out to us showing your tractor, and I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool, man." It seems like it should be like a sort of a collector's or something. I don't know.
Man, that little dude will fire up in negative 30-degree weather. I can mow, I can plow, I can till, I can do whatever I want to do all day long.
Okay,
Now,
Dave and James, I want to see your tractors too.
I can't do as many acres as these guys below me, but man, when I do, I do it right. There you go.
There's his actual one.
Oh, there it is.
That's mine. Hey, good job.
Nice.
You screenshotted my picture. Okay, I see what
I
you
just
want.
got it and put it on my.
Great. Excellent. And James, is that yours there?
I think that Dave was actually envious that Alex has a Ford, and he wanted a picture of it.
What do you think, Dave? Were you?
Yeah, no, it's a good looking tractor. I thought nice and straight. Usually the grills on the front are pretty up, and it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it looks like it to me. What's that?
It's in fantastic shape. I purchased new rims for front because the front rims were beat up, and I'm pretty sure the tires that were on it were still from 1951. But she's got all new shoes, and she is ready to mow some go-kart paths through.
Excellent. Oh my gosh. Let's see.
This is one of my dad's old tractors we just redid.
Oh, very cool.
Brand new wheels, old Alice Chalmers.
Awesome.
How many tractors do you guys have, Dave?
We have 5, I think.
Wow.
This one goes on a auger cart in the fall, and that's all it is. So it's kind of retired.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hey, Donna Staton said that did we see where the immigrants were found inside a hay bale in Texas? I didn't hear anything about that. Did you guys hear about it?
Yeah, I saw the ad, or I saw the article. It was basically round bales, and they had chicken wire. They went in and cut out the interior, and they were actually trying to smuggle people through bales of hay.
Wow.
And,
Were their feet sticking out the bottom and they were running?
no, I didn't see that.
Wow.
Right.
Wow, I had not. No, I did not know anything about that. Oh well, I guess there. Oh, Ollie Johns 86 said pitter patter. I love trash. Oh yeah, it's sweet.
Thanks, my dog. You're sexy.
Spec Ops 01 said 13 immigrants. There's 13 in one bale of hay. Are bales of hay that big?
They're about a ton.
Wow.
Sam, they are that big, sir.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of those here in LA, California.
I'm telling you guys, I got brisket and I got ribs. I'll throw on the grill. You guys show up this weekend.
Dude.
The pool's open.
I'm telling you, don't be surprised if I call you one day and say, look, I'm going to be there in about 2 days. I'm telling you, if there's a place for me to sleep, we're going to be doing some lives together.
I have spare bedroom and I have a whole efficiency apartment out there you can have all to yourself.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow. Well, I'm going to take you up on that, Alex. Be prepared. Allie Mae, just so you know. All right.
Sam wouldn't know what to do with all the freedoms in Kansas.
I know, right?
I got plenty of bug spray for you.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm Lebanese, man. Come on, I eat a little bit of garlic. I'm good.
Okay.
Good to go.
All right.
So you meet a Kansas mosquitoes off small birds.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure it is. All right, so let's move on. We have, Krista Moore X said that if at least 5 signatures are required to use the auto pen and none of those signature records exist, not one of those auto pen signatures is valid. Now, President Trump has brought this up multiple times. He's highlighting it, I believe, for a reason. Alex, what are your thoughts on it? Exactly.
This is another situation for the American people to see that, pardon my language, is full of shit. They've covered up for Biden for how many years, and we've all been lied to. We've all been lied to, and we've been lied about a day in Dallas years ago. We've been lied to a day in September years ago. We've been lied to about a day in Oklahoma City from years ago. We've been lied to a president for the last 4 years. Like, when is accountability coming? And we hear that echoing through the social media is like, well, I want accountability now. I want it now. You know, you have people like Bongino going on live television with Kash Patel saying, I'm not asking you to trust me, but I'm asking you to pop some more popcorn, ladies and gentlemen, because the truth is rising. Guaranteed. The sun and the truth, the only two you can count to rise to the top every time. It's coming.
100%. I agree. Hey, Agape Rescues Children. Stacy's here. Hey, Stacy. Hope all is well. Richard Pacente said, hey, where are you located, Dave and Alex?
I'm in southeast Kansas, and literally BFE, the middle of nowhere.
Eastern Iowa is where I'm located at.
Got it. Okay. All right, James.
Closest gas station, Dave.
Closest gas?
Yes, sir.
Not bad. 4 miles.
Oh, wow. You're in the heart of it. James, what are your thoughts on this auto pen thing?
20 minutes for
Well,
us.
we already talked about, we covered this a little last couple of days. They already know who did it. We already know dived into it. The 5 signatures never even was close to that. It was one guy running the machine, one guy run it, and he was bribed. And they found it by the trail of money. They already know who did it. They know how much he was paid and where the money came from and went to. So he's toast. It's something Biden had no idea. No idea.
Right. Exactly.
I think the importance here, Sam and guys, is what can be overturned when those auto pins are overturned, which are the pardons, which are Fauci, which are Adam, right, or what's his name out of California, and a few other ones on the J6 committee, I believe. So
Preemptive signature.
Yes.
Exactly.
Dan Hunter, I believe, was the other one, correct?
How can you pardon somebody before they're even convicted?
Right. Exactly. Unless you want to draw a spotlight to what they did. Yep.
That's a bright one too, isn't it?
Alex?
Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you my expert opinion on what I think's been going.
Oh, there we go. Exactly.
On our President's Truth Social this weekend, which literally made me want to go dead in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you serious right now? He reposted, retruth, put this out there. Like, hello.
Exactly.
America.
Exactly. 100% I agree.
And
Hey,
that
You know what's been going on?
Yeah.
Now you know.
And that tells me that we're close.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you're posting that, we're close.
100% I agree. Hey, we have AJMCSJ just subscribed. Welcome. I'm glad you decided to be part. Oh, shoot. We're at 84,000. I guess we're going to be dancing today. Oh, I didn't even realize it. I couldn't figure out why everybody was saying something about dancing until I looked at 84,000 likes. Incredible.
Didn't you see my back comes on automatically?
Oh, jeez. Oh, you mean the big glowing sign that says YMCA right in front of me?
That's right.
Oh, no, I missed. Sorry. Jeez. Jerry BR said, keep tapping 100K next. Yeah, 100K. We still got a couple more stories to go through. Crystal said, I'm staying with Sam and I'll bring Jimmy John's. Great. Excellent. All right. Let's see here. Richard Mazzetti said, my thumb hurts. Well, thank you for going through the pain for us, Richard. All right. Let's see what we've got. We have. The South African president yesterday in the White House. And I'm telling you, I think we're going to have to rename the White House to the meat grinder. No matter who, Zelensky or the guy from Canada or now the South African president. James, what your rub hands? Let's hear it.
Oh, I've been waiting topic since we came on live. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this. President Trump put a spotlight on evil. That's as simple as it can be. But he was savage about it. First, they asked him about the white man genocide for the South African cabinet, and he said, "Oh no." Well, this offended President Trump when he became this, put the guy on the carpet and then fried him in the frying pan. The guy literally shit himself. I'm sure.
Don't beat around the bush, Jay. What you really think?
So in response to this, I guess, representation, the United States has cut military ties with South Africa, and we're expelling all military personnel. Exactly. So I have friends that are from South Africa that live here, that are recognized. They live here in America, and I've talked with them countless times about this very topic. And he said, yeah, it's scary over there. You have to have your own protection to guard your farm. And I'm like, why would you want to live in that? He goes, why would you want to leave? He goes, you stand your ground.
Wow.
And but to see President Trump come out there and handle it like a boss, that made me happy.
Me too, Dave.
And President Trump put that piece of cheese out there and wrap it, right? Simple. He's like, hey, roll the TV out. Turn the lights down. Let's see what's going on here.
Exactly. Alex?
I actually have a friend. Her name's Trish, who lives in Johannesburg. It's not good down there, guys. Like, not good. We can't go too deep into details on the platform because it's not good. So, kudos once again for Trump having the biggest set of balls in the room and calling him out to when is enough?
Yeah, 100% I agree. 100%. All right, so let's move to the last story, the big one. The big, beautiful bill passed, right? Now, people have been giving me a lot of grief in the comment in all my videos talking about, well, President Trump didn't come through with the Social Security taxes and he didn't. Well, let's remember, what did he say first? No tax on tips. And then he said, no tax on overtime. and then it was no tax on Social Security. So 2 out of the 3 have been done now. My guess is the third one is going to be the Social Security, and it's probably going to happen soon. But he's talking about tax deductions from American-made vehicles, strong border security measures, pay raises for ICE and border controls, and he goes on and on and on. James, what do you think?
Oh, I'm so happy that you picked me first. I really am. So first of all, I want to address one thing. There were 2 Republicans in there that voted no to it, and that was Massey out of Kentucky, and the other one was Warren Davidson out of Ohio. So all the other Democrats against the bill. This bill addresses taxes, immigration, energy, defense, and national, and 175 billion of it is for defense and the wall. So it is going in the right direction, and it needed to pass. It really needed to pass for us to continue construction on the big wall to keep the people from the South and whatever other parts of the world out. That's a good deal.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'm glad that James got to go first, so that none of us stole his thunder. He was the thunder stealer. You know, when we look at these, okay, I'm going to be devil's advocate for a minute. Bother me. If there's all these wonderful things, like why can't we break these out into A, B, C, D and vote on them? A, B, C, D. This big beautiful bill, quite frankly, it's too much stuff in one bill. Like me to go through and understand thousands of pages. I don't think it's all great. There's a few things that I'm like, but you know, it's progress and steps in the right direction. You know, like the Genius Act, crypto, and making financial institutions accountable. Like, I think step by step, we're definitely moving in the right direction.
Dave?
No, that's exciting stuff for sure. And like you said, Sam, there's stepping stones of what he's got to do. They had somebody running through on how many Trump has 4,000 people to put into place, and right now there's only 300 put into place. And somebody said, what is it like a well-oiled machine when everybody's in place? That, you know, think about it. He's only got 300 people in their seats doing the work out of the 4,000 he's responsible for.
Right.
And that's because of the House dragging their feet on him. So.
Right. 100%. Hey, Angie's here. Haven't seen you in a while, Angie. And she said it was an epic boss move by Trump. Boy, wasn't the truth. And again, there's, oh, wow. We are at 100,000 likes. Oh, my God. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Well, that's it for the dispatch for today. So I think, Alex, it's about that time. What do you think?
Nice.
All right. And everybody at home, stand up and dance. Not only do I want you standing up and dancing, I want to see those dancing emojis in the chat. Fill it up. Go. All right. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Oh, I got to adjust the camera. All right. There we go. The Trump dance. Alex is on a tear, everybody, and it's not even Friday yet.
That's great.
Come on, everybody in the chat, dance emojis. There we go. Come on, it's at home. I'm taking you at your word. Let's see the dance emojis in the chat. Yeah. There we go. Excellent job, everybody.
Whoa, it's contagious.
Excellent job. Oh my gosh.
It's the bird flu.
They are on a tear, aren't they? Oh my gosh. Look at all of those dance emojis in the chat. Incredible. Thank you, everyone. All right. Well, let's move to final thoughts today. James, why don't you start off?
Well, this kind of relates more back to RFK Jr. and what he's, I guess, what he's up against and what he's dealing with, and for Americans to think about. The estimated number of visits to psychiatrists annually in the United States is between 45 and 50 million people. 200 million prescriptions for antidepressants annually. 73 million scripts for ADHD annually. 118 to 122 million adults should take at least one psychiatric drug. That means 35 to 30% of the population in the United States. So that's equal to 1 out of 3 Americans are on some sort of psychiatric drug. I just, that's a crazy number. And when I read into that, I was very, very surprised. And if you can go into Alex, something Alex has for a book, and I'm sure he'll mention it as he closes today. I do believe in meditation, and it's not something I have always practiced, but I know when chips seem down, instead of going to the bottle or instead of trying to get some kind of prescription to help my mind, I do meditate. It's a powerful thing.
Exactly. Dave?
Everybody being here, thanks for joining us. Thanks for having us. Trump's got a busy schedule today from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. today. He is, we got the press room is coming on at 1 o'clock today, and he's already had his intelligence briefing for this morning. So always working. So you never know what's going to pop up.
Exactly. Marine 1812 said the train moving faster and faster. All aboard. Choo choo. Amen. Alex, final thoughts?
Well, again, Dave, my thunder, James stealing my thunder. Like, no, take some time. Time is the only thing we can't make more of, ladies and gentlemen. It's exciting times for those of us that are, not trolls and drama seekers. So we appreciate your kindness and sharing an hour with us every day. Reach out to Sam at Sham Look at the links that he's got. He has some really great sponsors, and he's doing some great things. All of us on the show have hearts much bigger than the screen can hold, and we certainly appreciate gifts and contributions to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. So everybody, there's so much to be grateful for. James talked a little bit about meditation. Gratitude for me, the thing that keeps me grounded. When we think about it, we can be grateful that we have a place to live. We're grateful that we have food to eat, grateful that we can breathe and have healthy bodies. There's so much to be grateful for. And I, for one, am glad that we have so many of you that join us on a daily basis. We get to share our lives with you, and it wouldn't be possible and I just want to give the deepest gratitude to everyone in this live and all of the people that are involved with us. And keep in mind that the best is yet to come. So everybody, let's see what Alex is going to take us out with today in terms of music.
The next 30 seconds is a tribute to all of you fans.
There. Oh, nice. Love this song.
Sing along if you know the words.
We are.
Except for James.
Okay, exactly. Oh, yeah. Great song choice, Alex. All right, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m.